You have 5 seconds to ruin the entire wedding. What would you do? In the middle of the ceremony, stand up, interrupt the officiant, and publicly propose to someone else. Bonus points if you propose to the groom. Super bonus points if it's the flower girl. The last wedding I attended had a dog in a wagon as the flower girl. Super duper duper bonus points if it's the dog. Pastry chef here. I used to do a lot of wedding cakes and would have to move them to wherever the couple wanted it displayed. I always had a fantasy. If I ever decided to quit, walk out, to purposely drop the cake in front of the wedding party and act like it was an accident, and just burst out in tears and storm out, never to be seen again. So to answer your question, destroy the cake, or eat on it or something if that's your style. Puke on the cake. It was my instant thought. It's not enough to destroy the cake. You need to gross people out as well. It has to look like an edible cake while remaining totally inedible. So just cover it in fondant then. Destroy the ring. Throw it in the volcano. This is my most upvoted comment. I killed her. No. And that's what caused 2020. Claim the bride is pregnant with your child. You are pregnant with the groom's child and have 4 seconds left to spare. I'd use that time to take a hit on the floor while you suggest names for the baby. Your child in my uterus objects. I spent 2 minutes wondering what in the world uterus objects were supposed to be. Then I realized it was a verb. Thank you? I was thinking of an object instead of an objection and it made 0 sense. Bonus points if you're a guy. Propose to my date and hijack the reception to be a celebration of our engagement. All the other answers are jokes, but this is one that actually happens. Damn, really? I wonder what people at the wedding, engagement celebration think about it when it happens. They don't like it. Dude, really? I'd kick someone the frick out. Bribe the organist with cash to play the Phantom of the Opera theme as the bride comes down the aisle. They didn't say vastly improve the wedding. Ah yes, a person of culture. We had a playlist glitch at our wedding. My wife's processional was supposed to be tale as old as time from Beauty and the Beast, and it did start out with that. But about 30 seconds and a track skipped to Back in Black. Not gonna lie, that sounds pretty badass. Calls for a dress change though. When they say you may now kiss the bride, they never specified who may kiss the bride, or the specific bride. LPT, if someone ever says that to you, don't run off to another wedding and kiss another bride. Learn that the hard way. Yell fire. That worked with the graduation. Pretty sure that's illegal in most states. It's not illegal if there are no witnesses. Because there actually is a fire. Pretty sure that's arson. Pretty sure that crimes are a human invention. Eat the plastic dolls on top of the cake. I thought they were made out of marzipan. Couldn't tell. I was pretty drunk. Wait, that actually happened. Is this liquor or perfume? Stand up and shout, "Hi everybody. I'm the mistress." Bonus points if you're a guy. Show up, wearing white. There was an emergency. I look really good in white. I couldn't change in time. I had a really important meeting. The clan leader wouldn't let me leave in time. Bonus points if one of the participants are part of a minority group. Play the Reigns of Castamere. Can't believe this is the first red wedding reference on this thread. Thank the husband for letting me borrow his bride to be last night. Bonus points if you're a chick. Bonus points for me. Propose to the bride. Imagine she says yes. I now announce you husband and wife. I now announce you husband and wife and ex-husband and wife and husband and wife. Pastor while doing 720 Bible scope. Hope get the camera. I'd kiss the bride. Okay, you do that and I'd kiss the priest instead. What if the bride's your sister? Then kiss the groom instead. But what if the groom is your brother? Take off my pants and start doing the helicopter. Furiously nunchuck your dong at the bride while yelling peanut butter jelly time. I can only aspire to reach your level of imagination. Also go Power Rangers. Works too. Helicopter. I do that Naruto finger jab thing to the bride's butt, sending her flying into the cake. 1,000 years of death. Kakashi's proctology. Yell horror when the bride walks down the aisle. My mom did something similar at my brother's wedding. She stood up at the "Does anyone know reason why they can't be wet" part and shouted, "They can't get married because the bride is a whore." You could have heard a pin drop before the bride burst into tears and my mom screamed as my dad dragged her from the room. It was certainly memorable. Additional. Sorry to have kept you all waiting. Yes, my brother and his wife did get married and they are still married. but have not spoken to my mom since that day. She has bipolar and can be very unpredictable on occasion. It was something my brother and I got used to as children. I moved away very quickly as she and I were never close, but she doted on my brother. When he started seeing his wife, Mom wasn't happy about losing her son and did not want them to get married. She did not want to go to the wedding, but was persuaded to go by my dad. I was very proud to be his sister that day as he did not let Mom spoil the day for his wife. Haven't you people ever heard of closing the goddamn door? No, it's much better to face these kinds of things with a sense of poise and rationality. Well, in fact, look at it this way. Technically their marriage was saved. Take the Rachel. I told my husband I'd give him $100 to say take the Rachel at our wedding last summer since my name is the same as the one Ross didn't say. He chickened out. I'm still low-key disappointed. I had the preacher say until death does you a favor, instead of until death do you part, and it only cost me $20. 10 out of 10. Did you tell anyone about this before and or was it completely secret? It was a surprise. I actually thought the preacher wasn't going to do it. Yell. Bro, isn't she the one you said was hideous? At a social event one of my relatives said that a girl that walked by was completely vacuous. You guessed it, he married her less than a year later. Show up wearing a large, elaborate wedding dress, propose to the best man, cry hard when I don't get an immediate yes so my makeup runs, spit on the bride, grab and kiss the groom, and run away screaming about how flat the earth is. For the visuals, I am a 36-year-old man. This is oddly specific. Either you've been thinking about this for a while, or you watched a specific, delightfully disastrous wedding actually unfold. It was honestly an amalgam of funny, horrible wedding stories I picked up from Reddit. My own. We just shimmied on over to the courthouse and got hitched. Announced it with a few phone calls over dinner at our favorite restaurant. Though to my wife and I, if we had a wedding and a friend of mine did that to me, it'd have been the highlight of our night. Since when did you become straight? Quietly stand up and stand next to the bride as she walks up to the altar, straight face and everything, and refuse to sit down for the entire ceremony. If nothing else, it'll make everyone question who's getting married to who. Bonus points if you are normally in a wheelchair. Yell to the groom after I slept with you? This is what you do to me. And punch the bride. Bonus points if you're a dude. Bonus points if you are the bride's brother. Bonus points if you use your golden hand. Bonus points if you are in fact the groom. At a reception, my wife and I were on the dance floor and I really had to fart. I figured I'd do it while the music was loud. I stood back a little from her and let it rip the very second the DJ lost power. Everyone looked our way and saw me looking at my wife. They looked at my wife. She ran off in a huff. Then I still had bad gas and was looking for a place to let it rip. The hall had some bay doors to a balcony, so I backed my ass out the doors and blasted ass. I turned around to close the doors and saw the bride and groom were out there having an alone moment that I just farted on. In the middle of the best man speech, loudly scream I fricked the groom last night. Lob a grenade into the altar. First, shalt thou take out the holy pin. Then shalt thou count to 3, no more, no less. 3 shalt be the number thou shalt count, and the number of the counting shall be 3. 4 shalt thou not count, neither count thou 2. Accepting that thou then proceed to 3, 5 is right out. See username. Really born for this bruh. Object to the wedding. Don't marry him. You're pregnant with my child. Bonus points if it's at a gay wedding. Just yell from a distance. This girl gave me a blowjob and now she's getting married. Even better if you record yourself saying it and play it on a Bluetooth speaker so they can't tell who it's coming from. Mass confusion ensues. Why not pay a random guy to do the voice, so this way no one recognizes the voice? Sorry everyone. I just got my COVID test back. I tested positive. So many people are coming up with various bits of rudeness or nudeness that amount to little more than temporary obstacles and annoyances. If you want to ruin a wedding, you're going to have to do something a bit more permanent and scarring. Poison half the drinks, so that as the ceremony begins, half of the wedding party and all the guests begin vomiting gouts of blood and dying painfully in their loved ones' arms. Drones strike the wedding party and leave the survivors to claw their way to sunlight from under a bloody pile of their friends and family. Whipping out your dong isn't enough to ruin a wedding permanently, unless your dong is lethal. Goodness gracious, brutal, all in 5 seconds? Doesn't take long to poison the punch bowl or push a button. drone strike the wedding party and leave the survivors to claw their way to sunlight from under a bloody pile of their friends and family. USA, USA, USA. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button and leave a comment which story you liked the most. Subscribe and hit the bell notification for updates on our latest videos. And don't forget to check the links in the description box for more awesome content.